We've all had a time in Tekken 8 where we lost so badly that your opponent was not just better than you, but he was toying with you. In your Tekken 8 career, you've experienced a lot of wins, but definitely a lot of losses, and one of those losses that sticks out the most is when your opponent was toying with you. It sucks being toyed with by your opponent, where it's basically a mismatch. It's like you're a high school senior in the basketball team going up against someone who's in the NBA. The mismatch is unfair, and it's embarrassing that you are basically a little bitch in a fighting game that you are supposed to be good at. You thought you were the king of this jungle called Tekken 8. Well, guess what? There is an even bigger jungle out there that you didn't know about. But now the roles have been switched. You are the one toying with your opponent. Now you got two options, dear Tekken 8 player. Option A, you can play the game like normal and fight this weak opponent with honor and grace, and the video ends here. Or you can go for option B and see what you can do, or what you're gonna do anyway when you're gonna toy with your opponent in Tekken 8. Taunting. Without a doubt, you are gonna taunt your opponent. This is a no-brainer. Taunting is basically saying, haha, I'm so good at this game to your opponent, even though this does absolutely nothing and will actually most likely backfire mid-game. This is only the start. Low damage combos. You've practiced hundreds of hours perfecting your 70+ damage combos that this opponent isn't worth all of that, because the match is going to end faster than you can say Tekken 8. We all have our killer combos where it's the type of combos you use in ranked matches that you want this match to end quickly to get that W in ranked matches, or any matches for that matter, because you are up against a formidable opponent. But not this guy. He fucking sucks. The rank even shows it. And if that's not proof enough that this guy is an amateur, look at the Tekken power level. Look at the Tekken prowess you're at. 190,000 Tekken prowess, while the other person is barely over 100k. So you're gonna stick to the low damage combos where you do no more than 40 damage, because that's all this other person is gonna get out of you. He ain't worth the extra effort. Sparring session. To you, this match is a sparring session, while to the other person, this match is the fight of his life. You're chilling while this guy is stressing the fuck out on why his beginner tactics are not working against you. You're a Raijin and he's a Garyu. He needs to know his fucking place and be grateful you are even in the same sparring session with him. The game should be rewarding you, the high ranked player, to even be in the same match with him. Power Crush disaster. Depending on how bad this other person is, resort to using Power Crush. In most cases, Power Crushes is seen as a noob tactic. It's so easy to block and counter, and it usually shows to the other person that's all you fucking know what to do in a match. But in this case, you are using Power Crush to see if the other person knows how to respond to such an easy move to counter. If the other person can't counter a simple Power Crush, which is basically like a left hook in Tekken 8, then that's all you need to do to win this sparring session. Parrying. The match is so easy to the point that usually you don't parry in matches, because you're gonna get punished ruthlessly for fucking up parrying, especially in ranked matches. But since the other person sucks so bad, you are gonna parry for once. And guess what? It's working! If you were able to parry so easily against an inferior opponent, this should show that this match was over before it started. Parrying is basically the highest form of disrespect in Tekken 8. You think being teabagged is bad? Try being parried in Tekken 8. It's your opponent telling you your punches don't mean shit to me. Rematch nightmare. You already know that you are in another class than this scrub, literally. Just look at the ranks. You're a Raijin and he's a Garyu, so you know this die-hard player is gonna want to rematch you. In your eyes, this person is a mortal, while this person is viewing you like a godlike player. You will rematch him, but the only reason why you're gonna rematch him is to see this guy to not rematch you again. In your mind, you want to see how many ass whoopings do you need to give for this loser to get it that he's delusional if he thinks he can beat you even once. It may take you 5 matches, it may take you 10 matches, or maybe 50, but whatever it is, this guy is gonna crack and accept the fact that he will never ever beat you. Try something new. You are so used to resorting to fighting tactics that are safe to use in ranked matches that doing anything else is a high risk factor, because you will be punished. Each character has a move that gives off high damage, but maybe the charge time takes too long, or maybe one simple punch is all it takes to ruin your move. Whatever it is, you don't try these moves because you're gonna get wrecked by a high ranked player. But since this guy is trash, you're gonna do the moves you were scared to do. You want to do a super powerful megaton punch as Jack 8. Guess what? This guy is the perfect training dummy to test that move on. Trying a new character. Maybe instead of trying a new combo, you want to take it a step further and try another character to contend this newbie. It's already proven that in quick matches he can't beat you with your main, now you are whipping out your side characters on this noob. You're doing this person a favor by using characters you haven't played with in weeks, while this person has played with his main character for months. Maybe your side characters are still too much for this guy, so you decide to play with a character you never even played before. You never played as Kazuya. Well, guess what? This guy's the perfect training dummy to play as Kazuya. This newbie is the best training NPC you could ever ask for when trying a brand new character out for the very first time. While this scrub is fighting like his life depends on it, you are chilling and having the time of your life experimenting with new characters now. At this point, both of you guys are helping each other out. The noob gets to experience high-level gameplay, and you get to test out new characters, playing their character. You know losing in a mirror match sucks, but when you're toying with your opponent, using the other person's main character and beating them with their own character is very disrespectful, but very satisfying. It's basically saying, you suck so bad at this game that I can play your main better than you, bitch. It really shows that you know so much more about the game better than the other person, and it also shows that this person is lacking in many areas, because if the other person was good, then you wouldn't copy his main character, because he would actually be good with his main character. No need for heat burst. You don't need heat burst when you're toying with your opponent. Using heat burst shows to the other player that you respect them enough to even use this mechanic in the game, but since he's really bad, he ain't worth using heat burst on. No need for rage art. I want to say you don't need to use rage art on someone so weak, but how can I say that if this guy can't even get your health bar low, giving them a lead? If you are a real badass, then give the other person a free round or two, then turn it up after. He's gonna need the handicap for the ass hoping that's to come on his sorry ass. The other person thinks he's so close to winning against a Raijin while he's a Garyu. Well, guess what? He got played. He was never good enough to beat you. In fact, he needs to go back to training because ain't no fucking way he's ever gonna beat you. How can this loser beat you where you are the one who has almost 1,000 hours into the game and he doesn't even have 50 hours? Exactly. He never had a chance from the start. Do not lose. While it may be nice to toy with your opponent, do not fucking lose. I swear to God, do not lose. If you lose to a beginner scrub, I promise you it is over with you. You can lose a round, but you cannot lose a match. Losing to a scrub in Tekken 8 is like Floyd Mayweather, an undefeated boxer, losing to someone in an exhibition match. Okay, fine, the match isn't official, but to the crowd, that's an unofficial loss, which is still a loss. Imagine a pro basketball player getting outshined by someone who's in the high school basketball team. It doesn't make sense, and that's something that should never happen in the first place. Messages. Now, after defeating this opponent of yours, most likely the other person isn't gonna say anything, but just in case he hasn't, you can thank the person for the light sparring session. You can say some words of encouragement too, like GG easy, get better, this wasn't even a warm-up, but whatever it is, you are acknowledging the ass kicking this newbie just received by you. Not every day you get a newbie contending with you, but when it does, enjoy the moment, hotshot. Aftermath. Okay, it's all fun and games to toy with your opponent in Tekken 8, but I must warn you guys that if you do this to someone, do not be surprised to have a target on your back. We've all been there where we got on by the other player who's in another league compared to us, and you know what happened to us? We've gotten better, all because of revenge. Revenge is a powerful but toxic fuel to get us Tekken 8 players to new heights. While our main priority is to rank up in Tekken 8, what we really desire the most is to rematch the son of a bitch who toyed with us when we were a red rank Garyu, while that person was a Tekken king. It's fine to toy with your opponent in Tekken 8, but remember, it's only a matter of time when someone else toys with you.